and welcome to the webinar. Sorry guys, I was just making sure that we are fully set up and we are ready to go. I am so excited that you've turned up, and I'm sure you are here because you are ready to attract your clients. So just let me know when you're here, send me a chat. Let me just send you some real quick housekeeping rules so that you are comfortable and you know where everything is. So firstly, you can be chatting with me in the chat pool. It's on the side here. I'm just going to say a message to say hi, and just let me know if you see the message. Just chat back and so I can know you're here. I have made myself comfortable. I've got a drink. I love tea, so I'm going to be having my tea as I go along. And we've had quite a lot of people subscribe for this webinar. So we are just going to give it a few more minutes just to wait for other people to come. And I really hope that you are going to really benefit from this webinar because clients are key. Oh, somebody's calling me. I'm just going to put my phone on silent because people are calling me and I'm supposed to be in this webinar. So let's do that. I'm just going to put my phone on flight mode. Okay, cool. Okay, so I can see we've got a Barbara, I can see Charity, I can see Letty, I can see Jane all the way from Switzerland. That's amazing. Let's see who else is here. Oh, Charity's got coffee. Yes. I don't know what everybody else is having, but I love tea. And I'm pumped up, ready to roll. Okay, so it's 2:02, and I just really want us to start real quick. I want to thank you so much for turning up. Today it's a Saturday, and there's well more than a lot of things you could have been doing this afternoon, but you chose to come and invest in yourself. And I believe the best investment you can ever do is investing in yourself, in your education, and making sure that you are taking your stand to change the world. So we are going to get started so that a lot of people might get off and go and do whatever other plans they've got for the day. Okay, so before we go into anything else, let me just tell you a little bit about myself. I am Fungai Ndemira. I am a business coach. I am a strategist. I do mentoring. I run a few successful businesses in the UK. My background is nursing. So originally, before I went into business, I was a nurse first. And I am forever grateful for that job because, to be honest with you, that moment of doing the nurse training completely changed my life, completely changed the way I look at life, realize that, you know, while we are doing everything that we do, life can change anytime and we can die, we can fall sick. And that's pretty much part of life. So we have to make the most of every moment that we've got in this life to make a difference, to live the dream that we've always dreamt of. And so I am a big believer in God. I really believe that, you know, the life that we have been given to us, and it's a gift. So we must learn to cherish it. Now, I totally understand there could be some people on the call that might not really believe in this God thing. But anyway, for me, it's a big thing because my faith forms the basis of what I do, how I live my life, and how I just view the world. So before we go any further, I love to acknowledge God and just thank God for this moment because I don't take life for granted. I don't take you guys on this call for granted either. So I really, really wish from my heart that this call is going to change your life. So we are just gonna ask God, take a moment, ask God to say, God, let this moment be a life-changing moment, because moments like this, they don't come along easy. Okay, so just allow me to thank God. Father, we just want to thank you for allowing us to have this moment to hang out with other business women that have got dreams that they really want to reach out. I pray that this call change their lives, change their businesses, and that you can use them for your purposes, that they can be able to achieve your plans for them in this life, that they can live this life more abundantly. Amen. Right, cool. We are ready to roll. So that now we've got God on board, everything is going to be super, super fantabulous. Okay. So I am married. I love my life. I've got the best husband in the world. And I enjoy being a businesswoman. I enjoy supporting other women. Initially, I think you can tell from my accent, I am not British, okay? I live in the UK, but originally I am from Zimbabwe, born in a very small town called Kadoma, but God, the favor of God is on my life. He picked me up, can you imagine, from that small town into this woman I am today, running my own 7-figure business. Now, that can only be God. And that exactly is what pushed me to start doing what I do, connecting with other women, giving them the hope that, you know what, as long as you know and you believe in yourself and you believe that God has given you this life and He's got a good plan for you, you can also do it. So I really hope that you are here because you want to change your life and you want to start living that dream. You want to even be running your own 7-figure business or even better. Okay, so that's all about me and that's what I do. Now let's dive right into today's call. So today's call is really just about how you can magnetically attract your ideal client, your perfect clients that will pay for your services, pay for what you are offering without stressing, without even trying too hard to sell to them. You genuinely want to offer them an amazing service. Now, I'll share with you how I started my online journey because I think that will give you a good picture of where we are coming from and where we are trying to go. So, beginning of 2014, I decided that I wanted to take my services online. My dream was to reach out to women across the globe who resonate with my story, who resonate with what I do, whose lives I can impact, and they can be changed and they can start living their dreams. So while I was trying to do that, I then joined Marie Folio B-School. And it was through B-School that I learned all the skills and all the systems that I needed to build within my business so I could start attracting the ideal clients. So it was a journey of learning daily. Trust me, guys. Sometimes I come from the office, I'm in the office 9 to 5, get home, eat, and I jump onto my computer and I have got things to be done daily. So key number one, if you are trying to work hard and get your dream working, number one, you will have to work consistently. You have got to get stuck in what you do and making sure you are putting time towards your dream daily. Okay? It's okay to dream, but when you don't act on your dream, you are not doing yourself a favor and you're not going to get there. So the key is dream hard, work hard, and get the results in. So that's exactly what I did. January, February, I made a decision I was going to start my journey online. So point number one, when you are trying to build a brand or you're trying to build a business, you've got to build your business really from an authentic point of view. You have got to be true to yourself. Okay, so these are the points that you really need to write down. Oh, by the way, if anybody who sticks around to the end, I actually have got a worksheet that I have prepared. So if you stick till the end, this worksheet, I'll email it to you, and it's got actionable steps that you can start taking straight away to start working on your brand so you can start attracting those perfect clients for you. Okay, so let's go back to what I've just said. You have got to be true to yourself. You've got to be authentic. You know, the world is full of people, billions of people in the world. Now, can you imagine how it looks when you are trying to be like somebody else, or when you are trying to do what the other person is doing? That doesn't make a difference. What makes a difference is you learning from other people that you are looking up to, or people that you really look up to and you think, oh my God, I love their businesses, I love their brands, I love how they work. And then you come up with your own unique way of working. That's number one key. Okay, so what I personally did was I went on and decided, how did I want to present myself to the world? Now, this is part of branding. How do you present yourself to the world? How do you want your customers to feel when they connect with you? Do you want them to feel comfortable? Do you want them to give them a feeling of luxury? Do you want to give them a feeling of feel that they are expensive and they are valued? Or do you want to just go onto the market to provide a product from the lower end of the spectrum? It's completely up to you, but you've got to be clear and you've got to make that decision. Where on the market do you want to land, and who do you want to be known as? So again, I'll give you myself as an example. I decided I wanted to go onto the world platform and be known as myself, Fungai Ndemera. Okay, so I created my own brand which is created around my name, Fungai. So my website is called www.fungaindemera.com, and everything else that I am doing and working towards is around that brand. And so because my brand is all about me, I am my best brand ambassador. I think I made a post on Facebook today that myself, I am my best brand ambassador. So I have got to put myself out there and people get to know me and what I am about and what services I am trying to offer to the world. So be clear on that, okay? And then that's step number one. And then number two, you know your dream, you know where you want to be, and you know where you see yourself. So you've got to have clarity on where you want to be. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years or in the next 10 years? Or maybe before we even go to 5 years and 10 years, we are coming towards the end of 2014, right? So where do you see yourself December 2015? So we could be talking about monetary value. How much money do you want to make between now and 2015 December? So for argument's sake, we can say that maybe you want to make £50,000 or $50,000. You need to have that figure in your notebook or in your calendar. By December 2015, I want to make 50,000, because then everything else you are going to plan is going to, you break it down from 50,000. Now, how much should I make in a month to get to 50,000? How much should I make in a week? And how much should I make in a day to get to 50,000? And if you see yourself not making that much money that you are supposed to be making in a day, you know that day by day you are walking away from your goal. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Send me a chat if it's making sense what I'm saying. So that's the best way to look at it. So brand yourself and package yourself in such a way that you are clear who you are targeting, how you want the world to view you, and how do you want your clients or your customers to feel when they connect with you. Okay, so that's number one. And then number two, you have got to believe in yourself. Before you can want other people to believe in what you are doing and what you're offering, you have to believe in yourself, because that same energy that you are giving out to the world is the same energy that you want to attract to yourself. And this is how, again, you attract the people towards you, because you are believing in yourself and you are being confident. Once you've done that, you are going to be able to start to attract the right people towards you, the right customers towards you, because they resonate with what you are offering or what you are doing. So you need to be clear and have clarity about that. How do you want people to view you? And be clear about that. Now, I just want us to talk a little bit and dig deeper about this branding that I'm talking about. Okay, so I am just going to share my screen with you. Okay, I am going to go onto my website and I'm going to tell you exactly what I am talking about. So I made a decision that I wanted to be called fungaindemera.com, and I also made a decision on what colors I wanted people what colors I wanted to use for myself. So I did a color palette exercise, and to be honest with you, I needed to know what colors I like, so that I was going to use those colors to create my website. So, okay, let's go to screen share, and I'm just going to share my screen with you. Let me know when you see it. Now, it gets a bit funny with webinar, with Google Hangout, the screen, because it goes into all sorts of screens, but I'm going to try my best. Okay, so let's go to www.fungaindemira.com, and I'm going to share with you the exact steps how I did it. Exact steps, because you can do the same. Because as I speak to you now, I don't chase after clients. Clients, they chase after me, and I haven't got enough time in the day to even, you know, support all my clients. To be honest, I have to slow down a little bit. Okay, so there is my screen. I hope you can see it, and tell me if you can see my screen. Tell me if you can see my screen. Tell me if you can see my screen. Okay, brilliant. You guys say you can see my screen. Okay, so, right. I made a decision that I wanted to be called Fungaindemira. I made a decision on the fonts that I wanted to use. Okay, now I use an app called Evernote, software called Evernote. And Evernote is very good for storing all my information and all the websites that I visit. So I keep all my notes in there, and it synchronizes with my computer, my iPad, my MacBook Air when I'm flying out or traveling. Everything is in one place. So I encourage you, if you want a tool to use, this is a great tool. Now I have got my color palette here. These are my color codes. I decided what colors I was going to be using. And so you notice that on almost everything that I do, these are the colors I work with. Okay. And then I also work with the same kind of images that I work with. And people now are able to identify me with these colors because it's the same color scheme that I use in all my content. So you can look at my my website. You can look at my Twitter account, and I am just going to show you my Twitter account so that you see what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's log on to Twitter. Now, can you see? It's the same colors throughout. It's the same colors, the same fonts, the same everything. So when you are talking about putting yourself out there, you want to attract clients. Number one, make sure you've branded yourself and you are putting your brand out there. Now, for me, my face and my colors and everything else, that's what my brand is about. So that's what I put out there. If you go on my Twitter account, you see I am always putting my face out there. I'm always putting myself out there. It's all about branding, because you want people to get to know you. You want people to be able to connect with you. You want, these are all my colors. So you see all my posts, they talk about the same colors. Now, if you look on my Instagram account, just going to show you my Instagram account, you are going to see that it's the same colors. Again, my posts, it's all the same colors. Can you see? That's what I call putting yourself out there, and that's what I call branding. So it's the same colors. I am putting myself out there, and people are connecting and they are resonating with what I'm doing. So decide on your colors, decide on your fonts, decide on how your brand, how it's going to look, how it's going to connect with your customers. And once you've done that, now you start to build on your message. What messages do you want to communicate across to the world? What do you want the world to know you for? Are you about giving products? Are you about giving services? What are you about? Okay, I'm going to share with you again on my, I'm going to share with you again my screen, and I hope it's going to make sense. So let's share again. Okay, back on my website, this is what I am about. My story. That's my about page. I call it my story page, because for me, I am sharing my story. I want the world to know my story, and I want everyone who shares the same kind of story like I do to know that if I did it, they can. I want to give them hope. I want to give them a future. I want them to believe and trust that they can make it. So I wrote a piece of my story here that I give. When you visit my website, you quickly know where I'm coming from and where I'm going and what it's all about. And again, you've got a work with me page where you can tell what to do when you want to work with me. So it's simply just really putting out to the world how they should communicate with you and how they should connect with you. Okay. Now, so this is the idea. You've got this idea in your head. This is all you're trying to do. And you've got all these things. You now know your brand. You now know how you can put yourself out there. Now, here is the question. You need to think about the tools that you're going to use to connect with the world. Okay. And these tools, to be honest with you, they can be anything. You need to decide on the tools. Now, this is also based on the types of clients that you want to connect with. Okay. If you are in a product-based, in a service-based business, for example, where you offer services, you may want to look at how are your clients going to connect with you. Make it super simple and super easy for them to communicate with you. Make it super simple and super easy for them to find you. Okay. So let's really dig deeper on that one. So I believe that the internet has made our lives so much easier. I remember in 2001, when we started our business, we were doing a recruitment business, and we still run the same business to today. And I remember all we needed was a piece of paper, a pen, and a phone. And with these three things, we were able to start a business. Seriously. Phoning clients, getting their requests, writing them on a piece of paper, phoning the staff to ask them to go to work. Boom. Simple. Sale, deal, done. Okay? And now let's move. 14 years later, we are in a new era. We are in an era of technology. And so we have to harness what we've got available and use it to our best of ability to maximize in our businesses and to use that to attract our clients. So technology has made it so much easier for us to connect with our clients in their homes, in their workplaces, when they're in town shopping, when they're on holiday. We can get ourselves right in their faces. And so, guys, it's so important. You will need to invest in your business, and you will need to invest in systems that allows your business to communicate with your clients while you are sleeping in your bed, and messages are going to your clients. Your clients are getting information from you. You are giving them value of what you can offer to them. Okay? So the key is going to be systems. That's the key. Invest in systems that are going to make your lives so much easier. So again, we are going to use my business as an example, how I have leveraged on the internet, on the use of the internet and the use of systems to communicate with my clients. How do I magnetically attract my clients? Now you need to listen keenly. I'm giving you as it is, and this is how I do it, okay? Now I had to learn this over and over again, and I'm still perfecting my game, but it's super simple, okay? Number one, you need to know where your clients hang around, okay? Once you know where your clients hang around, you want to hang around there, right? Okay, let's give an example. My services, like I said, I am a business strategist, I am a coach, and I'm a mentor. My clients are going to be people who want to start businesses and want to be successful, or they have already started businesses, but they are feeling stuck, okay? Now, my business has got two sides to it. I have got so much loads of knowledge in recruitment that I've accumulated over 14 years of experience, and I am at the top of my game. So I can support people in business who want to start their own recruitment businesses. I can teach them the ball game in and out, okay? So I offer coaching and mentoring for that group of people. I also offer coaching and mentoring for a group of people who want to start their businesses online and they haven't got a clue how to go around it. This group of people, I also can help them. So where do I hang around now so that I attract these people to me? How do I do it? Okay, I hang around where they are. I find myself in places where they are asking questions and where they are feeling stuck. Now, I only mainly focus on using 3 platforms, social media platforms, to interact and to hang around with people and to create relationships and to nurture them. I use Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Okay, so you can take time to learn these social media platforms one step at a time. Don't put yourself under pressure. If you can learn one and master it, and then go to the next one. And to be honest with you, for me, my first one that I had to learn was Facebook. Now you're talking to a woman who was never on Facebook and using it for business prior to February 2014. But if you see me now working on Facebook and working my way away, you will think, oh my God, this woman must have been on Facebook for ages. That's not true. I've only been on Facebook since February. But what I did, I took time to learn and understand and master it. And how I took time to learn and master it was, I took loads of courses. There's loads of people who offer courses on social media, how to use it and how to leverage it. And if you want to learn it, I have got a book I can share with you as well. Let me know at the end of the webinar. You can use that book to learn Facebook. And I'm telling you, Facebook has been a magnet for me, right? So this is how I created the whole thing behind the scenes. So I decided who my audience is. I've just explained to you my audience. I decided what platform I was going to use to connect with my audience. The platform of choice to start with was Facebook. So it was important for me to learn Facebook business, okay? So what I did was I decided that I was going to come up with something that can help me attract people to me and for them to know about my services and what I do and what I offer. And I call this piece of thing in your business journey or when you're trying to attract clients, I call it a hook, okay? You need to have a hook. What is it that can hook people and attract them to you so that they want to know more about you or they want to learn more about you? You must have something. Maybe you want people to know about your story or your experience or your background. Have something that you can offer to people for free, okay? For me, it's my free ebook. So I went ahead and quickly created a free ebook that is available to download on my website, and that ebook is available all the time on my homepage. Now let me do a screen share again and share with you what I'm talking about. So let's go back to my website. Tell me if you can see my website, guys. Just put in the chat. You can see my website, right? Okay. Okay, you can see the website. Cool. Right. Okay, so let's go back to the website. Now, here's my website. Okay. Now, when you get to my website, here, I have got this strap line here that says, get my top business tips on creating an abundant business that supports your dream lifestyle and how I built a 7-figure business from scratch. Now, when you enter your first name and your email address, you can claim the gift. Now, that's where the trick is, because the gift is on its way to you. You can download my ebook and it's going to give you my free tips that I've put together for you nicely in a pretty ebook. But then what am I getting in return? I am getting your name and your email address. Okay? I am getting your name and your email address because once I've got your name and your email address, I can continue to communicate with you and talk to you and keep you updated of my newsletter, of my projects, of my programs, or anything. So the more I build that database of people who resonate with what I'm trying to do, once I have got a product or a live event or a seminar, all I do is release and send an email to people and say, hey guys, I have got a live event. I am inviting you. Can you see that? I am not trying to communicate with the world randomly. I am only communicating with people who are interested in what I do. And so that's the hook that I use for me, is that ebook. I have got other hooks that I created. For example, once I finish with this webinar, I can use this webinar to connect with people. I share it for free, but before people can access the webinar, they need to leave their name and email address. And that's gold. Database is key in everything that you do. In recruitment, we use databases to communicate with people, to tell them what new jobs we've got going. We tell them what offers are going on. But if you haven't got a database, how do you communicate with people that resonate and connect and love what you do? So number one is to get them into your territory. Once you've got them in your territory, they're in your email list, you can continue to communicate with people and continue to offer them. So you are not like a person on the internet trying to wave a sign and say, come to me, oh, come and buy what I'm doing. No, I'm not trying too hard. People download my ebook for free. I have offered them, but I am getting their names and email addresses. Now they are in my territory. It's easy for me to communicate with them. So that's lesson, again, how you can magnetically attract your clients. So I want you to think about your business. As it is right now, whatever business you're doing, what's the number one thing that you can create as a hook? Think about something that you can create and turn into a hook that people may want from you. It doesn't matter what it is, but package it nicely so people can get that information. And as they get that in exchange, you are getting their names and email addresses. And it's as simple as that. Once you've got that database, you are up to a winner, because people will just love and adore what you do. Okay. Now I'm just going to show you quickly as well. How do I get people to how do I get my ebook, onto my website? Now that's pretty simple. I'm going to show you as well. Now I have said earlier on, you need to decide what pieces of software you want to use for your website. Now I use WordPress for my website. And as you can see, my website has got only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. But you don't have to have 5 pages. You could have just 1 page or 2 pages. And you might not even need to have a website, okay? Because there is another software that I use as a plugin to my website that's called Lead Pages. So let's go to Lead Pages. I'm going to show you exactly how I connected everything so that people end up getting that ebook. And I log into my Lead Pages. Okay, now I have already got my Lead Pages here. Now Lead Pages, what it does, it creates sales pages, it creates landing pages, it creates squeeze pages, it creates everything. Now I use Lead Pages as a plugin that I plug into my website, but because Lead Pages allows me to track the number of people and who is opting in and how they are doing it, easy. So now here you can see that, can you see I have attracted 7,204 people onto my mailing list since February 2014. And to be honest with you, I had to switch off Lead Pages and I had to switch on off my ebook at some point, because I didn't realize that I was going to end up having so many people in my mailing list. And my mailing list capacity, the system that I was using, was not ready to host that number of people. And also because my mailing list grew so big very quickly, I didn't realize that it's gonna be costing me more. So I had to switch it off and make a decision that, oh my God, I have got to come up with a product to offer people before I have got too many people on my list. Maybe if I hadn't done that, my ebook could be fetching around 10,000 and more people. I switched it off for about 3 months. I've only switched it back on now because I have got paid products going on in the background. So can you see I use Lead Pages now? All I do is I go into Lead Pages. I'm going to show you how I use Lead Pages. Now, Lead Pages is I don't know if it's got free elements, but it's paid for. I certainly pay for my account because I use it quite a lot. Now, All I did was go and create this, what we call a landing page in Lead Pages. And this page takes that less than 10 minutes to prepare. Once you've got your pictures, you've got your ebook, I created some catchy text here where people can just see this text. And then once I had done that, I click publish. And then it's this link here that I take, copy that link. And remember, I told you that where I find people is Facebook. So I then linked Lead Pages with my Facebook account. And guys, Facebook is free, remember. You don't have to pay to be on Facebook. And I bet you, most of you guys, I've connected with most of you because I was running my advert on Facebook, right? Okay, so this is the back end of my business Facebook page. So as you can see, I have got lots of campaigns running. Some of them stop. Okay, now these campaigns are paid for campaigns. But when you are starting, you don't have to do paid for ones. You can choose. And paid Facebook campaigns is training on its own on another day. But here's what I want you to see. I then went on and created an advert back in my Facebook. And I said to Facebook, I want to create an advert. I want to send people to my website. And then all I did, I put the link here. And we are not going to do this ad because obviously we don't want to create a complete advert. The image I uploaded here. And as you can see that once you've done that and you've put everything into Facebook, you set all your target market, people you want to target, their age, whether they're men or women, your demographics, you put everything. You tell Facebook how much you want to spend per day. And once you've put all that information, I choose the Facebook page. I've got a few pages, but I want it to be connected to Fungai Ndemira business page. Can you see? Now, you guys, when you see these adverts coming into your news feed, it's because I've targeted you. You are one of the people, maybe you are in the UK or you are an entrepreneur or whatever. Now you see this appear on a news feed, you click, and that's it. You download the ebook, I've got your email address. Now this is what I call working smart. You don't have to try too hard, guys. You just have to be smart in what you do. So here is the question I am I've got a question for you. How many of you are spending time on Facebook every day? Just put it in the chat. Even if you are spending 50, 30 minutes, 1 hour, you are spending time on social media, right? Just put it in the chat and we will see how many people are spending time on social media. Okay, while you're doing that, you guys, so you can do it. Create a hook, connect with your audience, and make it super simple, easy, with ease and grace. You can connect, magnetically attract those people, offer them what they are looking for. The next stage, what I did as well was I then went on to Facebook again, because I use Facebook for business big time, guys. I'll have to do another training just for Facebook. Okay, now I'm just going to show you again how I hang around, where I find my ideal customers or where I connect with people. I'm going to use Facebook as an example again. Somebody says not much time lately. No, not on Facebook, Yvonne, but on LinkedIn. Yes, Yvonne, I use LinkedIn as well for my connecting with people. So LinkedIn is good for corporate. If you want to attract corporate people and your services are for corporate people, I use LinkedIn to attract people who need help with recruitment. Or can you give me an example of what can be used in recruitment industry as a hook to attract clients? Oh, okay. Okay, let's go to, I'm going to go to LinkedIn then. Okay, so let's go to LinkedIn and we're going to look at how we can use LinkedIn to attract our clients. Let me log in first and then I'll share my screen with you. You can see my LinkedIn account. Okay, so let's share my screen again. Okay, so here we are on LinkedIn. Now I'm going to take you back to branding. Okay, guys, branding is key. I have seen a lot of people that send me friend requests and they want to connect with me, but the minute I look at your profile, whether Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn, if your profile doesn't look right, I am not connecting with you. So as soon as we finish this call, if you've got an hour to spare, I want you to spend time cleaning up your social media profiles. Your personal profile must look good. I'm not saying it must look professional, but it must look good. Your LinkedIn profile must look good. Okay, let's just really talk about that very quickly. Now, you can see my LinkedIn profile here. It tells you what I do, what I've done previously. It gives you my education. And in my summary, it details everything that concerns what I do and what I am doing. All the information, my experience is there. And I've even got testimonials from people that I am connected with. So I am going to give you some homework after this webinar. Step number 1 to attracting your clients as well. No, it's not step number 1. We've said this a few steps, but this is one of the key steps as well. Make sure that your social media profiles, they look professional on LinkedIn, and on Facebook, your personal one doesn't have to really look professional because it's not your professional page, it's your personal page, but it must have all the information that people need to have. Let's quickly look at my profile. Okay, so on my profile, that's my personal Facebook profile. But if you look on my About Me, you can see that I am linked to Fungai Ndemira business page. I am linked to my history, or where I started, where I live. And if you click here on About Me, because the About Me element is really what is important, because this is what people look at. So can you see in my About Me, I have got all my websites that I want people to know me for, and what I want people to perceive, so people can quickly know about me a little bit more. So put things that people can connect with you. And again, I love myself, so my Facebook is going to be full of myself and everything else. Okay, back to LinkedIn. Now, I use LinkedIn quite a lot, and as you can see, I post literature on LinkedIn for people to read about what I am doing. And that's a good way of connecting with people. So if people went ahead and read my articles or liked my articles, I then go ahead and connect with them and say, oh, hey, thank you for reading my articles, or thank you for liking my articles. For example, I've got 3 people here who liked my articles. I hope you really enjoyed it. Start creating those relationships. Okay, so that's the number 1 way you can have a hook. You can write articles. But if you are trying to recruit people, start to engage in the groups that these people hang around. If you look on here, the groups that I am in, and I definitely contribute in those groups. I make an hour or so to spend time. I'm just going to show you one of the groups just quickly. Oh, I am a big contributor in this group here. Let me give you an example. I spend my time where I'm going to find. So this group is called Registered Nurse Network. Now, I have got a recruitment business. I recruit nurses. So I spend my time with them on LinkedIn, trying to listen to their pain points. What are their struggles? And then I jump in to help where I can help. And I am genuinely helping them. But as I do that, you find that people will then are happy when I inbox them and tell them about my services, what I'm offering. I've already created that relationship. Yeah. So how can you create a hook to attract people in recruitment? If you are recruiting nurses, I would ask you to spend time on LinkedIn, find people where they are hanging around, help them deal with their issues. On this thread alone, Too Old to Be Hired, I connected with 4 people that I then added to my mailing list. And now 2 of those ladies bought my coaching program. Yeah. So I spend time where people are having their pains, and I contribute positively towards those threads. That's a good example. I also start threads. I also engage. I start threads and I ask questions, you know. So be a person who is actively involved. So go back to Facebook. I'm just going to show you as well the groups that I am actively involved. You can see on my my Facebook here. Which ones can I show you now? I'm just going to go to the side. I am a member of a lot of groups, but only a few that I am actively engaged, and some of them I am a member because I just want to learn. So for example, Zero to Hero video group, I was learning how to do videos for myself, so I became a member. But I have also created my own group called the Soulful Entrepreneur, where there is lots of engagement of what's going on, and we have got lots of teachings going on there, people asking questions. So I have got actually a place where I attract people into a group, and then I become the go-to person. They ask me questions, I answer. Let's go to somewhere where I shared. Yeah, so we ask people, what are your goals? We set goals for the month, and people ask questions. I'm feeling stuck here, I'm feeling there. So do something, start something, or become part of something. And then also more and above that, I also engage very heavily on my Facebook page. I engage people. I run contests. For example, just this week, I'm just going to give you very quickly the contest that I ran, and somebody's gonna win a free coaching session with me because they contributed to that. Now I can find it. Where did I put it? I'm just looking for the image that I did. Yeah, this one was the post. What's your number one reason why you should win this free coaching session? If you are really curious and want to stand a chance to win, do this. I've run this competition, and I'm telling you, this has attracted people. I've run it as an ad on Facebook, and I've attracted people into my mailing list. So everything that you can do to attract people to you, it happens. And this post was so engaging. So I'm not wasting time on social media, but I'm using time to contribute towards my business. So I think that's good enough examples. We need to move on to the next point, so that we are learning. Somebody says, when are you announcing the winner? I am announcing the winner this weekend because the closing date was 12 p.m. midnight gone. So I'll be announcing the winner. Definitely. Okay, right. So what's the big mistakes to avoid? What are the biggest mistakes that you need to avoid in your business so that you can be attracting your ideal perfect clients that will pay for your services? Now, don't think that any client is a client, guys. I've seen people make a lot of mistakes. Define your client. What do you want your client to get from you, and what do you want to get from your client? So what do I mean about that? So for example, let me give you an example of Jimmy Choo. Okay, Jimmy Choo makes luxurious brands. It's a luxurious brand. They make luxurious shoes, handbags, and everything Jimmy Choo is top notch. So he definitely has created a brand that only attracts people with the right amount of money to buy his products. And I don't think he ever reduces his price for anybody, but he makes sure that when people get his stuff, they are happily paying for it. Okay, so you need to package yourself in a way that when you attract your clients, they are not worried about the price, but rather they are worried about the quality of service that you are offering. So you may be saying, oh, Fungai, I don't know, how can I then attract these clients? Define your services and your products. Yeah, know who you want to attract. Number one, you may want to attract people who are maybe corporate and they are already in their towards the end of their corporate life, and maybe they are ready to start their businesses. So for me, that's my clientele, and they have got affordability. They can afford my coaching programs. But In return, I'm going to give them value, so much value that when they finish my coaching program, they are ready to start their businesses, or they've already started and they have got products to offer. So you need to make that decision, but don't settle for any client, because your services are not going to be for anybody. Those people who are trying to start their recruitment businesses, or they're already in recruitment businesses, here is my tip. I did that mistake and I'll never do that mistake again. I used to think any client is a client, any care home or any care company. Oh my God, when they request for stuff, I must just give the stuff to them. And now one day I was stung big time, because we woke up. This client was owing us 28,000 pounds, and we were told they had gone into administration, owing us so much money. And to us, that was a lot of money, because we were only small, and that meant we already paid people we didn't have money to pay back. So not any client is your client, guys. Define your clients. If your clients are going to be care services, can you credit check them to make sure they are credit worthy? Okay, can they afford to pay you once you have supplied stuff? If your services are products, if you're selling online, target your niche market. Are you targeting moms or dads or young people? What are their ages? Are they 18 to 25? Can they afford what you're trying to offer or what you're pitching to them? Who is your customers? Define them and know who they are, because once you know who they are, it's easy to try and search where they hang around, especially on social media. You can search by age, by sex, by their jobs, by their spending ability. Can they spend? So you can do that. So please don't be all things to all people. Define who you are, define your clients, and define what you want to offer, and decide how much you want to make. And once you've got clarity on that, it's easy to attract the right people to you, and you don't have to try too hard. Okay, so we've spoken about branding, and then we've spoken about defining your key clients. Now, consistency is key. I've said to you guys, and I'm going to say it again. You will have to be consistent in whatever you are doing. So how do I apply consistency in my business? So in my businesses across the board, all our businesses are on social media. My recruitment businesses, they're on social media. We run our Facebook ads. And to be honest with you, this year, I broke the key how to attract people into recruitment through Facebook. Can you believe it? We are harvesting nurses from Facebook, doctors from Facebook, care assistants from Facebook. So guys, there is no excuse. You can learn how to do it, and you will do it with so much ease and so much grace. And once we've decided that we are consistent, we post daily. Now, I'm not saying you must spend your life stuck on social media, because you have got to be out there creating your business, right? And creating your services and your offers. So you don't need to be stuck on social media, but you need to learn how to plan your business. Once you've decided who your customers are, what services you're offering, what branding you are using, now you want to continue to communicate your message to your customers daily. Okay? Now, somebody was asking me, Fungi, I see your post on Facebook all the time. Does it mean you are always on Facebook? And I'm like, what? Look at me. Do you think I spend my life on Facebook? No way. Okay? There's a way to do it. All right? I'm just gonna like show you very quickly again exactly how I do it. This is how I manage my social media. So very quickly, let's share the screen. Oh, somebody says did not realize groups were key to finding clients. Of course they are. So you don't hang around in just any random group. Look, study those groups, and then just make sure that you're finding yourself in those groups, and be a contributor. Be an authority in those groups. Let people know that when you contribute, you are giving them value. Okay? So, right, I'm just going to go back on Facebook because it's my favorite social media tool. Right. So let's go to Fungi in the Mirror. Now, I'm just going to show those of you in recruitment. I'm also going to show you the flame lily as well. So let's look at Fungi in the Mirror. Now, in social media, I'm just going to say, hi, guys. Oh, my God. Webinar going so well. Webinar going so well. Okay. Now, at the bottom here, can you see that I can schedule this post? I don't want it to go out. Oh, excuse me, guys. I don't want it to go out today, but I can schedule this post to go out tomorrow. I can schedule it to go out tomorrow at 6 o'clock. At 6. And I can schedule that post. It's not going to go out now. It's not going to. Now you can schedule 30 posts for the month. Okay. Now I love, and this is me. I create my own graphics. I don't get anybody else to do it because I like to create my own graphics, use my own images, and I like to be personal. So this is me. But you don't have to create personal graphics like me with all your pictures on it. Decide what's going to work for your business. For me, I am my brand. It's me. I am the face. I am the girl. So I communicate that. And another way as well is you are asking me, Funga, how do you do it across all the platforms? My Facebook posts come via Instagram. My Instagram is linked to my Facebook. So when I can decide when I'm creating a post on Instagram, and I can just tell Instagram that this particular post, oh, no, it won't go to my account. Okay. Now, I can, when I am posting a post on Instagram, I will ask that same post to be posted either on Twitter or on Facebook. So with one post, you could post to all your 3 platforms, and you can do that. So I post once daily in the morning via Instagram, and that feeds onto my Facebook business page. And once it's on my Facebook business page, I then share it on my timeline, on my personal page. And that's it. I can only manage to post 1 post a day. And then if you want to post 2 to 3 times or 4 times, it's up to you, depending on the needs of your business. It's up to you. But when you are posting information as well, be sure that you are engaging people, because it's all about engagement. It's not about you just shoving your information in people's faces. For example, I posted on 3 December, just curious, what Christmas around the corner. If you got 1,000 as a Christmas gift, what are you going to spend it on? I posted those through Instagram, and then it fed to my Facebook, and it had engagement. Now, Facebook, it's all about engagement. It's not even about people liking. People need to engage with your posts. So that's a good example of how you can engage with your audience. Okay. So I am also on Twitter and that, but I would share with you that on another training, because otherwise we'll spend so much time talking about social media. But social media is definitely an amazing tool to use within your business. Okay. Now, answer the following questions for me quickly, guys. What do you think people think when they see your logo or your business or your photo or your business right now in your current position with your business? If you are in business, do you think that you are putting yourself out there to attract your customers? Be honest. Let's hear what you've got to say. Do you think you're really putting yourself out there to attract your customers? Okay. We'll wait to hear the chats. Let's wait for that to come through. So now you've decided, you've got your hook, you know where to find your customers, you are doing everything you can to engage them. I have also put here on my slides that it's easy, you know, guys, to set yourself up for success and really magnetically attract your clients with ease and with grace. If you can't afford a website at the moment, you don't necessarily need a website. But if you get a website is not just a website. A website is your brand out there. I use mine as my communication tool. I use it as my hook to get my customers. And I use it as my brand ambassador to make sure people know that I am out there. So when you're making your decisions about your website and the software and platforms you're going to use, don't just randomly use anything because I just want a website. Take time to decide what you want the website to do for you. Once you've got that decision, then it's easier to go to the right person with the right skills and knowledge of the platforms. They can create the right thing for you. Somebody says, I need to improve it. My LinkedIn is not very good, needs improvement. Some are good, others can be improved. That's good. Not yet, could be better. I still am starting out, so still working on logo, etc. Okay, so looking at things like logos and your brand, you really need to just really decide what resonates with you. So a simple exercise that you can do is just to really go and identify 5 websites that are doing what you do, what you want to do, what you do. Really look at them and look at what exactly do you love about them. What resonates with you? Is it the colors? Is it the feelings that you get when you get there? Is it what they are offering? What is it? And then once you've looked at those websites and you've looked at things that are resonating with you, think about now how you can apply that and give your customers that feeling on your website. So when you are going to a web developer, you want to be as descriptive as possible. This is how I want the world to view me. This is how I want my customers to feel when they arrive at my website. This is my hook. This is how I want my clients to be attracted to me. And this is where I am going to store their emails. I'll give you an example. I use WordPress as my website. So let's go back to my website very quickly. Share my screen. WordPress is my platform, and I'm just gonna go and show you my dashboard because I do all these things myself. Because the reason why I do it myself is because I just didn't want to hire someone to do things for me and I don't know exactly what they're doing. So I take time to learn daily on a lot of things. So all my blogs, I write them at the back end of my website. Now I have got emails connected to my website called Rapid Mailer. And I bought this Rapid Mailer for $47, but I don't use it anymore because my list has grown bigger, and because I needed to systemize my work and automate everything, I now use another software which I have plugged in. But you can get people's email addresses. Everything can be done at the back of your website. I have got forms on my website. So when people go to my contact me page and they send me their messages, I can get their forms at the back of my website. So basically, my website is a tool that I use for everything. So general contacts, 42 people have sent me on this particular form. People have asked me questions. Some of them, when I finish with them, I delete or I transfer them onto another piece of software. So all this information is stored at the back end of my website. So my website is like a really big tool in my business. So you need to decide whether you're going to use your website. And if you are going to go down the route of a website, you need to decide your domain registration. You need to decide your host, who's going to host your website. Now, depending on how big you want to grow, there are cheaper hosting services or they are more expensive hosting services, but then they offer also more value to what you're going to get. So you need to make those decisions. Decide how your website address is going to be. Decide your content management system. Now with WordPress, the beauty of it is you can continue to buy more plugins and plug them at the back end of your website. And once you've got all these things plugged in at the back end of your website, it's easy to communicate with your clients daily. You know, people ask me, Fungai, how do you make time to write newsletters or to blog? You know, it's simple because everything is done at the back end of my website. And when I've written my blog, it's a click. The blog goes live, its emails is people, and that's it. So it's not hard at all, guys. Super simple. You just have to be clear what you want to do, who you want to attract, and spend time with them. And then you've got to invest in your business. Because all these things that I'm talking about, it's an investment, but it's a worth investment because you only do it once and it's done. You don't have to try too hard. So we've done that. We've covered branding. I have also covered content, and you can manage that content. Blog posts and emails. My blogs, I manage them from my website. My emails, I use MailChimp for my email, but I'm still trying to find something that's going to make it really super simple so that all my systems are all sort of very, very tight. And for my coaching programs, again, I deliver them by email or face-to-face, depending again on the needs of a person or a company. I tailor make everything. So I think I have covered a lot of stuff. We've been on this webinar like an hour now, and I think we are coming to an end. And I just got a poll question for you guys, and I'm just gonna ask you to vote and sending your answers. Now, can you see, if you see this poll, what's the number one thing that is blocking you from putting yourself out there? Can you see this poll? Yeah, what's the number one that's number one thing that's blocking you? Is it fear? Is it lack of know-how? Is it lack of confidence? What's blocking you from going out there and putting yourself out there to the world and start offering what you've got to offer? Send me your answers and I would love to know. And we are coming to the end of this webinar, guys. Have you got questions for me that you want to ask? I'm just going to look at the thread and see if any of you have got questions. Fire away with your questions. Somebody says, my LinkedIn is not very good, needs improvement. Yes. So I am giving you permission to go and look at my LinkedIn account and just really replicate what I've done. Just really replicate. You've got that permission. Go and check me out on Twitter, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. For me, it's working, guys. I have got more than 7,000 people on my mailing list. And I do all this via Facebook, via Twitter, and via LinkedIn. So you guys can do it too. You guys are saying lack of knowledge, lack of know-how. Lack of know-how, because a lot of what you said is so useful and simple, good, but did not know. That's brilliant. So from this webinar, you have got a takeaway. I will email you the form. Let me just go to the form. I'll email you that, and you can put these things into action right away. So let's look. I think I saved this form somewhere for you. Yes, it's here. So the form, I've called it Taking Action on Your Dream. You will put your dream, your obstacles, and your heart. And then this is just a simple exercise. I'll send it to you, and I would want to get feedback of how you're going to get on with it. Now, somebody said lack of confidence, I suppose. Is it lack of confidence because you don't believe in yourself, or you just believe that you can't put yourself out there? You've got fear of the world. You can't put yourself out there. Somebody says, what's stopping me is paralysis by analysis. Several really good ideas, just not sure where to start or which idea to totally focus on. So I would say to you, choose one idea. So I want you to do an exercise. Put all the ideas on a notebook, or put all the ideas on a big chart. Now, group those ideas into groups and ask yourself the question, will I be able to make money out of all these ideas? And if I am, which one is going to give me the most money, or which one can easily get me money? And then the other thing you want to ask yourself as well, on all those ideas, which one can you start right now, right away, without stressing? Which one can you start right away, right now, with what you've got? Just make a decision, which one, and then start on that. Somebody says fear of failure and wasting time and money. And I actually did a blog. If you go on my website after this, you will see a blog that I did. I have failed in the past. You know, I'm not perfect. As a matter of fact, I failed my first O-levels, believe it or not. And I was devastated because I wasn't a dull student, but it was what I was going through that time. I come from a very poor background. It can take me a day to explain to you guys. And during my O-levels, there was nobody prepared to pay my fees. I remember going for my exams without even knowing whether I was going to be accepted to write my exam or not. So I failed my O-levels. And I made a decision that this wasn't my portion. I was going to rewrite again. And I went ahead, rewrote all the subjects. And I passed all of them. Okay? Being a businesswoman, you asked me the question, Fungai, have you failed? I have. I have failed because I have gone through administration. We have closed one of our businesses and reincarnated it again. So I totally understand that failure is part of the game. I'm not afraid to fail anymore. So tell yourself that it's okay to fail. And it's okay to waste money, and it's okay to waste time. As long as you are walking towards your dream, you fail, you try again. So, you know, at the end of the day, what is good, what money is good to you, what time is good to you when you are not living in your God-given dream and, you know, God-given purpose? It's no good. So, and then if you are a child of God, fear is not your portion. You have been empowered. That's why you've got people like me giving all this to you and saying to you, you can do it. You've been empowered. If you are afraid, tell yourself that fear is not my portion. Refuse and turn that energy into fight mode. You want to fight and for your dream. You want to fight and get to where you want to get. And it's okay to fail. Actually, absolutely fine. If you fail, you try again. Somebody says, I still have a full-time job that is currently so demanding, but the time is coming to change. Yes. I was in a nursing job. I know what it means to work shifts, guys. I know what it means to work a long day and a night shift and a late. I know what it means to work back to back. It's okay to do that for a season, but with a goal at the end of it. So you can say to yourself, I see myself with a new business by December 2015. I see myself as a business person, not in a job. Then what you want to do is now, right now, while you are in your job, have a plan and make a decision that by December, I am going to be leaving this job. Then start making those small steps towards your business daily. Even if you can commit an hour or 2 hours in your new venture, do that. And I'm telling you, those steps, they make a difference. One of my clients, Fabiola Giordani, I met her on Facebook. She signed up for my coaching program. She was so confused. She had no clarity. She was in a job. And within the first month of signing up for my coaching program, she made a decision she was going to quit her job. 3 months into her business, that was last month, 3 months, she made her first $5,000 in her business. So there is no excuse, guys. Somebody says, took too long to start. Well, thank God I'm learning a lot from you. I have confidence now. I picked my mat and I am on the move. We'll go a long way with you, Funga. Yes, that's the attitude. And don't settle for less. Tell yourself, I'm not settling for less, because you are worth much more than that. So you are not going to fail, guys. So with that being said, thank you so much for joining this webinar. I just really wanted to put this training out there for you guys and just give you that confidence that you can do it. So thank you so much for sticking till the end. I promise I'm going to send you the worksheet that can get you started. And if there's anything, and this webinar as well is going to come into your inbox with a replay. I would love for you to share this webinar with your friends and family, those people that you love and you care for, you think they can benefit from it. Once you've shared with your friends, let me know. And once you've done the exercise, I'm going to put the link on Facebook as well. Once you've done the exercise, I want you to share with me how this webinar has impacted you and how it's changed your life. And it's okay to go for a seminar, for a meeting. I'm always saying this at the end of my presentation. But if you don't take action, no good. So you are going to take action from here. And I'm going to be excited because there's going to be so many results coming. So thank you guys for taking your afternoon on a Saturday to join me. You made this a success. I am going to take a break for about 15 minutes, and I am doing another webinar. The next webinar is about Webinar Jam, how I actually put together this webinar for you guys to be here. I'm going to show you the system that I'm using behind the scenes to make this possible, because I want you to succeed in your life. So thank you so much, and God bless you. Bye.